Welcome to Chelsea transfer news. If you are new to this channel, I'm redoing it. I'm rebuilding the schedule. Basically, we're gonna have weekly Chelsea videos around the academy, transfers, rankings, information pieces every Monday, every single Monday. Next Monday, we're starting with the top five Chelsea Academy players of 2025, as the last video I did on that got me 50k views, so I won't mind that again. But every now and again, we're going to do Chelsea transfer news roundup. So we've got four stories today. We've got something about Carney Chukwuemeka to Dortmund, an update on Jamie Gittens, Kepa Arrizabalaga. His move is done basically to Arsenal, and alternatives to Gittens if that doesn't happen. But we'll start off. Actually, first, I would appreciate if you liked and subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on what I was talking about the weekly Monday videos, because I'm going to put in effort and quality to get them as high quality as possible. But we'll start off with the news now. So first, Jamie Gittens, Chelsea and Borussia Dortmund have been in direct contact in the recent hours for Jamie Bino Gittens. The agreement is getting closer as talks continue in the US. Now, obviously, Chelsea and Dortmund are both playing in the Club World Cup in America. Chelsea are through. We're playing against Benfica on Saturday. Dortmund, I believe, are through already. If not, they're getting close. No, yeah, they're through. They're on the other side of the draw. But Gittens was left out of their squad yesterday. He wasn't in the start 11, not on the bench either, because apparently he was ill. But it kind of sounds like waffle, to be honest, because sounds like from Fabrizio Romano they've been meeting Chelsea to wrap up an agreement, because Gittens wants to move to Chelsea. It's been heavily reported. He's agreed a 7-year deal with Chelsea. Chelsea want Gittens as their priority winger target. And they want a good, like, talented English player to play in England. He's 20 years old. There's been a lot of talk about him already, but the agreement is getting closer as talks continue in the US. The annoying thing is that Bayern Munich stepped in and they were like, "Oh, we'll be interested in Gittens." So, but Gittens is determined to join Chelsea. He's made his mind up. That's impressive, by the way. He's turned down Bayern Munich, champions of Germany, did well in the Champions League in the end. They're a huge club. They pay big wages as well. But he already decided on Chelsea and is sticking with his guns. Is that a saying? His guts? I'm not sure. But yeah, we just got to agree a fee, as Dortmund saw with Bayern Munich coming in. Oh, we can raise the price a little bit. So they want something like £55 million that's been reported. I think that is a bit too much for Gittens, who's had one impressive season, I guess, and not even this season. That was not even 24, 25, 23, 24 was his most impressive. He broke through quite a few years ago. I remember watching Dortmund and being like, who is this guy? Oh, he's English. He'll probably have a good future. And now it looks like he's coming to Chelsea, but we'll have to wait and see. This saga has been going around a while, but there's more winger targets. Is it? Oh, Christ. Not particularly smooth. Here we go. The second story. Let me just. The second story today, though, if for alternatives for Jamie Gittens, if that doesn't happen, according to Kieran Gill, if the Jamie Gittens deal cannot be done, Alejandro Garnacho and Malik Fofana remain on Chelsea's winger shortlist. It's not particularly new news, but Gittens to Chelsea looks close. But if Dortmund really testing Chelsea's resolve to see if we'll pay a big financial packet, then I don't think that the sporting directors are stupid. They're not just gonna pay. They're not gonna be like Man United getting ripped off by Dortmund for Sancho, or Anthony for Ajax, or Højlund. Like, they're negotiating tactics. What a Man United's negotiation tactics? Because how can you be paying that much money for Højlund and Anthony? Stupid. Okay though. Yeah, right. So if Gittens cannot be done, Alejandro Garnacho, another Man United player, it's reported they want £70 million for Garnacho, in which case, not in any parallel dimension would Garnacho be leaving Manchester United for £70 million, especially not to Chelsea, who seem to be getting smarter with their money and negotiating. I've said I wouldn't mind seeing Garnacho at Chelsea. I don't want him to be our first choice left winger, but if we needed two left wingers, because we have one left winger in the squad right now, Tyreek George. If we were to sign Gittens and loan out George, then I think we need another left winger or another attacker that can play on the left wing, like a João Pedro maybe. But if none of that can happen, then Garnacho at a smaller price, like 35, 40 million pound maximum, I think he would fit in well in the team, the young, building, determined team. I actually quite like his attitude. He does seem to be a bit stroppy, but I like his uh, determination and focus. I actually quite like that in a player, and he's young again, so he fit well in the squad. I think he'll be a good player if he can get out of the mess that's Manchester United. And for Malik Fofana, playing for Lyon this season, a lot of interest from all round Europe. Chelsea have been notably linked, Liverpool as well. Lyon have been officially relegated to League Deux. Yeah, I think that's two in French. So they need to sell the big players to, first of all, for financial reasons, and players like Malik Fofana are going to want to play in the second division of France. They finished in the European places, top six, I believe, or fifth even, but because of financial reasons, they've been relegated and will be selling a lot of players. Now that could mean that players like Malik Fofana could leave on a good price for other clubs because they need to sell. So if they need to sell, Chelsea are going to be like, right, you need this money. We're going to take advantage of your situation. It's your fault you got yourself into that. So we're going to offer you £25 million, take it or leave it. Or maybe if there's a bidding war, it'll go up higher than that. But Malik Fofana could, yeah, I don't really care who our backup left winger is. I don't think Tarek George quite ready for rotation into the first team. He scored another goal the other day, but it still, I think, needs a bit more experience in men's football. Garnacho and Malik Fofana have got that in abundance. So next story. Dortmund sporting director Sebastian Kell confirms they want to keep Carney Chukwuemeka. Yes, I'm very confident that we can do it. We don't want to get any worse. That's why we'd like to keep him. Chelsea know that too. Now, Carney Chukwuemeka, we signed for £19 million from Aston Villa. It seemed like a smart sign at the time. He was really, really heavily courted by multiple teams across Europe. I think Barcelona were interested. Aston Villa wanted to keep him. He was really highly rated. He had done so well for England youth setups for years. And he came to Chelsea and didn't really get a chance. When he did get a chance, he was a bit inconsistent, but you could see that there's big talent there. Scored a crazy goal against Leicester, against Enzo Maresca's Leicester last season when Poch gave him a chance. That was a winner. But he never really got a good enough chance at Chelsea. And then Maresca was saying in the summer, we got too many attacking midfielders, but we signed Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Make it make sense, please. Carney got a loan in the January transfer window to Dortmund and played right. I don't think he's set the world alight there, but if they like him, they can have him because for his career benefit, he should move away. But I don't know how much money we could make. I don't know if we could even make a profit on him because he never really did that much at Chelsea. He just kind of made friends with Noni Madueke and that was it. But I do really like Carney and I wish him all the best. I think Dortmund is a good move for his career, but I don't think he's a guaranteed starter. Like Joe Bellingham's joined there. They got Adeyemi. I don't think he's a like in the midfield pivot. So I think he's more of a squad player there. So would you rather be a squad player at Chelsea or at Dortmund, or go to a team that you're going to play every week at, like Fulham? That would be a great move to Fulham. But don't know if they could afford it. I think £30 million, £35 million is fair. But I don't know if Dortmund would actually be willing to spend that much. We'd have to see. And then finally, let's try and find this. That was previous story. This one. Kepa has completed his medical at Arsenal on Wednesday, which was yesterday, and formal steps will now follow. £5 million release clause already activated. He's leaving Chelsea to join Arsenal. I don't really care. He's going to be their backup. He's got good experience in European football. Broke out with Atletico Bilbao. Joined Chelsea for £72 million as Courtois replacement. It was horrible under Lampard. He was decent under Sarri. He refused to get subbed off in a cup final. Stupid. Horrible under Lampard. He kept making errors. Signed Edouard Mendy, and then he kind of replaced Edouard Mendy at the end of Mendy's good form. Mendy was class for about 18 months when we won the Champions League, Club World Cup. And Kepa kind of took that place back, which is fair enough. Then went on loan to Real Madrid, or maybe he had another season in between that. Went on loan to Real Madrid as their third choice, because was it Lunin was their second choice. Went to Bournemouth, had a great season at Bournemouth. I thought he'd stay at Bournemouth. I don't know. They almost made Europe. He's got a great manager, a great defense in front of him, a great team ahead of him. He's like a leader. Areola was saying that he was like a leader in the dressing room, playing every single week at Bournemouth at high level in the Premier League, pushing for Europe. And Bournemouth can afford £5 million. Maybe he's on bigger wages and they couldn't afford that, but Arsenal are willing to pay that. Kepa to Arsenal, they love an Arsenal player. I don't really care. He can go and enjoy it. He's not going to play much, and £5 million release clause. If we hadn't have kept that release clause, and he had had the good season at Bournemouth, I reckon we could have got like £10 million. So yeah, but I guess it's a gentleman's agreement that was initiated this time last year before the Bournemouth loan. Maybe he wasn't going to Bournemouth as a first choice goalkeeper and ended up doing it and performed pretty highly. But I don't know. He's obviously, there's a good goalkeeper in there. I don't know why he's happy to be play a bit part role, be a second choice goalkeeper. For Real Madrid, I can understand it. They won a Champions League and they're probably paying quite nicely. But Arsenal, they're not winning the Premier League. And he's just gonna be a backup goalkeeper. Fair enough. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Like I said, we're gonna have a big quality video on Monday. I hope you're gonna be there. Yes, you. So like this video, subscribe so you don't miss out on the one coming, and then weekly videos. Consistency is key. So yes, thanks for watching. Goodbye.